Well, hello, it's Mark Albert. Thank you so much for being with me on my channel today. Today's going to be great. So if you're a parent or maybe going to be a parent one day and you want, how do I teach my kids to give? How do I teach them to save? How do I teach them to spend? That's what we're going to look at today. So if you're going to have kids or have kids or inspire to have kids, I think you're going to like this. You may learn something here. Okay? So when my wife and I, when we had our first one and then our second one, we'd give them an allowance. So around 2 years old, something like that, we started giving them allowance. And back then, we gave them 4 quarters. So it was $1, but we gave them 4 quarters on purpose. And I explained what that is. So typically what happens is people have a piggy bank, something looking like this, and they put their 4 quarters in. But that's not what we did, because you do that, there's no strategy attached to it. You're not really teaching them how to manage money, how to move a little here for that purpose and move a little there for that purpose. So what we did instead is we took a concept of 3 jars, and the first jar was giving. So we wanted them to learn. So if you are a believer, and you want to teach them to give to God first, then you would explain it to them in that concept. And if that's not the case with you and you want to teach them to be compassionate, to be giving, to care for others, to be others oriented, this concept works as well. Okay? And then we'd have the saving jar. And so this would be a concept where they're saving for something long term down the road, for a lot more years than they're even alive. So this is down the road, they're not even going to see it anytime soon. And then we give them an opportunity to spend. So if they want to spend, they can spend. And it's their money. And we may help them on the planning of their spending, but they're free to spend their own money. And so what we do is we take our 4 quarters and we give them their allowance once a week. Keep in mind, that's when they were 2. As they got older and they had more responsibility, we started giving them more. A couple dollars, an allowance, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it would go up. And there's a limit in terms of how much you want to give, but there needs to be responsibility attached to that. So when they're 2, they can clean up their toys, there's practical things, and you can always make the link back to their allowance and do it in a way that's very nurturing and helpful to their understanding. So then we take our 3 jars, once a week on a certain day, we give them their 4 quarters, and then we say, okay, so first we give to God, or first we give to, there's times where we give to like World Vision or Compassion Canada. I think it was like we bought a chicken or a goat to send to them, and it cost so much money. We had to save for that. And so that's what you would teach them is, educate them in terms of, well, this is the purpose there. There's people who have need more than us. We're going to help them out. Okay? And then the second is always in savings. So giving, savings, and only after then do they put their money in spending. Okay? So you always do it that order. All right? That's the order you want to do it. As they get older, you give a higher amount. The percentage is not as critical. We could have easily had 3 quarters here, or $3 loonies, or 4 loonies, whatever the case may be. That's what we did. I find it was helpful for our kids to teach them over an extended period of time, and now they're a lot older, and so they have their own patterns of behavior that we've helped foster in them at a very early age. Listen, thank you for your time. Been great having you with me today. Feel free to subscribe and like the video. Really appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful day.